Alright, this is my audience: Lisa, Jerry, and Ashley. A cell phone. Ever heard one before? Some are loud, some are quiet, but everyone has heard of them. Nowadays, who doesn't have a cell phone? Look around, they're everywhere, ranging from flip phones to smartphones. They are all a part of our everyday life. Some make jokes saying you couldn't live without your cell phone, but I know it would make life a lot more difficult without them. However, cell phones weren't always how they are today. According to the Art Institutes, the first form of the cell phone was termed the car phone. They were too large to carry around, so normally they were left in someone's car and only used when needed to make a phone call. The first real cell phone was invented in 1983, the Motorola Dynatac 8000X. Though too expensive for the average person to buy and huge compared to phones today, they became an icon for the future. And as you can see, this is an example of the car phone. Like I said, it was too large to carry around, so it was limited to use only when in the car. And this is the bag phone. It's in between the car phone and the first true cell phone. The bag phone was still too large to carry around comfortably, so a bag was designed to carry it around, hence the name bag phone. In fact, this is the very first phone that my parents owned. The first cell phone, the Motorola Dynatac 8000X, the first true cell phone. Although it was a huge step, it was too expensive for the general public, so very few owned one. And here's an example. Just like every invention, naturally, people wanted to improve the bulky design and increase the functions it could perform. The first phones were only used for verbal communication, and these creators had no idea of what was to come. In 1997, the first touchscreen phone was produced. Philips created the first digital smartphone, the Synergy, which permitted wireless access to email, the internet, and faxes. Although way ahead of its time, it was the first step in the direction of the phones that we have today. And as you can see here, this is kind of a transformation of what phones look like from the very first one to as they started progressing into the future and they begin to take shape into what you see now. According to the Time magazine, the first phones even close to what we have today were spread into the general public in 2005. These phones could send text messages, send and take pictures, make calls, and even access the internet. Just like our phones today, excluding the thousands of apps we have available. The public's wants are always changing, and phones have again took another change. Before, everyone wanted the smallest phone possible. Now some want the biggest phone they can find, but big in a different kind of way. In today's world, a big phone is described differently than in 1983, way differently. Instead of bulky and oddly shaped, everyone wants the thinnest phone with the largest screen. And as you can see, the difference is clear between the phones in the 1983 as in today. And though the possibilities of the cell phone today are not limitless and can still be improved, they can do more than what the creators of the first phone would have ever predicted. In addition to size, phones today are gadgets that are taking over the gadgets we are accustomed to using. Anything from taking pictures, to recording a video, to surfing the web, or even navigating you to your destination, are just some of the features phones today are capable of. Some phones you can even talk to and verbally make a command. I could go on for days about what phones can do and what they can replace, but these are just the basic things they are capable of. Try going a week without your phone and see if you notice the difference.